Welcome to TechNOW. I'm John Reed, host of TechNOW and CEO of CAT Alliance. And we're joined by Franca Gucciardi, the CEO of the Loran Scholars Foundation. So, Franca, give us the elevator pitch on the Loran Scholars Foundation. What's that all about?
Thanks, John. Thanks for giving me the opportunity. So we have been around for 26 years, and we are the largest undergraduate scholarship in the country. And what makes us different is that unlike most other scholarship programs that almost exclusively focus on marks, we actually believe that to find the next generation of leaders, you have to focus on character. So we spend lots of time interviewing our candidates and getting to the top 30 from an original pool of 3,800 high school graduates. And then we support them for their 4 years of undergraduate studies at a university, a Canadian university of their choice, and provide them with all the opportunities to realize that immense talent that we see in them.
Well, this is a perfect fit for the work we're doing with women in tech and career guidance. We encourage leadership. We're trying to encourage career progression. We want that next generation to be very successful. I'm wondering, in your career experience and also at your work at the Loran Scholars Foundation, can you share with us some guidance you might provide to someone who is like early stage or looking at getting into the workplace for the first time?
Absolutely. As you can imagine, I do this for our alumni quite often. There are a few things. The first one is networks. So nurture a real large circle of influence. Sometimes I think as a young person just starting out, you might feel very shy about calling someone you don't know to ask them for advice. But the secret is that we all love to do that. So don't fear actually sending an email right to the CEO and sort of saying, my name is, and I'm sort of starting in the workforce. And I know that, I work for your organization. Would you make 20 minutes, give me 20 minutes of your time, sort of talk to you about what some of the things that I'd like to do in the world are. So the point is access networks, build them. And then once you do that, though, nurture them. So not just sort of one-time hits. They're build them like you would any relationship. It's a give and take. So go do your job, research really well this individual, and ask them about the choices that they made in life and how they got to where they are. Through that, you're going to learn a lot. And then keep them involved as you walk through your many years. So that's definitely one of them. A second one, sorry, John.
No, please go on. I'm agreeing with you. I particularly like the word, nurture. It's a mentorship is not a one-time piece of advice. It really is a relationship over a longer period of time.
And sometimes you don't even have to have it directly linked to where you're at. Even people you just admire, that you see that who conduct themselves in ways that you really care about, or some of the causes they're involved in. It doesn't really matter. It's actually really important to nurture circles of influence that are very large. Go and meet with people that otherwise you would never usually meet with. And then, as you say, nurture is the most important thing. Keep them in mind. Send them an email every once in a while to sort of tell them what you're up to and ask them, or follow them. If you see that they've had a success, send them a little note and sort of congratulate them. So do that with your relationship. So that's really important, because a lot of actually the jobs out there come through personal relationships. People will recommend you because they know that you can really sort of develop that with another human being, a really strong relationship. The second one would be patience. Sometimes I think wanting to move to a certain level very quickly can result in actually not giving the time to build those relationships of trust with your employers. And one of the best advice that was given to me actually was, people don't remember what you did, they only remember how you left. And what that, I always took that to heart, to really understand that you can't sort of treat them as these transactional relationships, your jobs, and then when you think you're done, you just sort of leave. You really have to make sure to at every single job that you take, to understand where your learning will come from and the growth. Focus on that. Give as much as you can. Do it always with great integrity and commitment. Make sure your employers understand that. And really, because essentially we all know that a reputation is something that is the most important thing a young person can build, right? A reputation of integrity. If you do that, all kinds of things are going to come to you. And speaking of that, that would be my last one, which is be ready to pivot and be really broad. You know, don't allow yourself to get sort of stuck, even sometimes because conventional things come your way. Like it's sometimes you get promoted in one area or the higher salary is one area, but you know actually that you don't really like it as much. So be ready to pivot based on how you grow as a human being, right? We're always sort of different. And so you need to be able to allow yourself to take jobs that will also take you towards your next strength, and be open to things that you might otherwise not have thought that you'd ever do.
Well, Franca, thank you for being part of a national conversation we're having on mentorship, career guidance. I know you're joining us for the Cata Gala. You're on our executive panel. So we're all looking forward to continuing that conversation with you. John Reed signing off for TechNOW.